Hey, what's happening? Before we jump into the show, I wanted to see if you had any music on a hard drive. You have a band, you have a project, and you want to self-release your own music. Well, there's an easy way to do it. You can go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate and go get your music up on all the streamers. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you can get 30% off by using this code. It's a great, easy way to get your music up on the streamers and share it with your fans, your friends, your family, your mom, your dog, everybody. Everyone wants to hear it. But go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate, HYPHENATE, and send me the link. I want to hear it too. Send your mom the link. Send your dog the link. They all want to hear it too. Izotope is a proud sponsor of today's episode. Do you know about their new RX12? This is the way to make your audio flawless, all-in-one audio restoration. RX's 50-plus tool ecosystem is everything you need to rescue, refine, and enhance every project, blending surgical control with rapid results. Fully flexible, RX12 includes a standalone audio editing application and suite of software plugins to use in digital audio workstations. For decades, RX has pushed what's possible in audio editing and restoration, bringing out magic in every scene, song, and story. Powered by pioneering machine learning tech, it's the supporting star behind countless Oscar, Grammys, Emmys, and the winner of a Technical Academy Award. Go get this for yourself. Izotope RX12. It's out. IZOTPE.com. For 60 years, Heel Sound has provided innovative, professional, quality sound for stage, studio, broadcast, and podcast. Grammy-winning artists and sound engineers worldwide trust Heel microphones for their legendary sound. To find out more about the full line of Heel microphones and products, visit heelsound.com. That's HEILSOUND.com. I'm using a Heel PR40 microphone right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Hyphenate Halftime with me, your host, Randy Randall. This is our show for the day after Father's Day. What is this, June 22nd, 2026?
Yes.
Does that sound right, June 22nd?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody who celebrates the Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Aaron Farley. How are you doing on this Father's Day, Mr. Aaron Farley?
Perfect. This is a great Father's Day to have to fix audio on a podcast. We'll do the audio fix podcast mode. Father's Day. I'll also go and try to fix the dishwasher by myself after this.
Oh, there you go. That's a proper Father's Day activity.
Yeah, and get super frustrated because I don't have the right wrench, the one wrench that's needed to pull out the motor of a washing machine or something. Yeah, so I'll have to use a screwdriver. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we're all just doing the best we can, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what Father's Day reminds you of.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people who think you know more than you do, and you just have to fake it.
Yeah, and you know what? A hug and an I love you makes everything just fine. Makes it all better.
That's the only payment you need.
I got plenty of those.
Oh my God. Yeah, we just busted out our old hibachi, our old grill, to barbecue some stuff today.
Oh, nice.
I think we bought it 6 years ago and used it once. But we didn't let the charcoals cook all the way. We tried to put it on when the charcoals were still red. Or no, when they were still black.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that was the problem. And then everything tasted like lighter fluid.
I feel like that's how it goes. That's
yeah.
You know what? Better to have a good story than a good meal, I've always said.
We have a lot of good stories.
Because you'll always be able to
good meals.
Tell the stories again. And everyone's like, yeah, I remember those burgers were great. And everyone goes, yep. Remember the day that we cooked burgers and we spent all that time and then they smelled they taste like lighter fluid and we ended up just having salad? Like, yep. That'll be told. Yep. 20 years from now.
Classic Father's Day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's too much fun.
Yeah.
We're meeting today. Yeah, we talk about last week's interview with Brandon from Crocodiles.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to check in on our ongoing weekly Summer of '76 movie series. This week we watched the film what did we watch? Oh, we watched Marathon
Man.
Another one of these great 70s psychological thrillers. What have we seen so far? We watched Taxi. We watched Rocky.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi.
Very different than the TV show Taxi, yeah. Danny DeVito. Mm-hmm. Very different. Taxi Driver, Rocky 1, Network, and now Marathon Man.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're on
That's a pretty good 70s taut New York thriller kind of psychological study.
Yeah. Well, I loved I like the, again, I don't check up on who you're going to interview or anything like that. So it's always a good surprise. And I photographed crocodiles back in the day.
Tell me about this.
Well, it was for so I had a good stint where I was shooting bands, LA bands, like LA indie bands for the NME for a good probably 3 years off and on, 3 or 4 years.
You were their man in LA to shoot whenever bands come out of LA.
Just like the indie bands. Like whenever it would be like a bigger band, they'd get someone else. It's like, oh, hey, that band's on the cover. I didn't get called for the cover. But which is, which you always want the cover, but at the end of the day, 20 years later or whatever, 15 years later, not quite, 10 years later, it's fine. I'm very happy with the bands I got to shoot. But yeah,
it's great to be nominated.
Yes, it's great to be nominated. And you know what? Yeah. The photos that way, it's more of like, hey, we got like an hour before sound check with this band. Can you go hang out with them for an hour and go find a place to shoot and whatever?
We did one of those for Nervous Action not too long ago.
Yeah, that was 8 minutes. Or 5 minutes. I haven't even sent you the photos for that yet, by the way. I just realized.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay.
That's okay. Well, there's too much going on.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
But yeah, you're great at it. Like right after sound check, right before sound check, pull the band outside, find a wall, line them up, find an alley.
I hadn't done that forever either. And I was like, oh wait, we're shooting photos now? Oh shit.
You're a pro.
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, I just figured we were losing light. We were about to play in 10 minutes and you drove for 2 hours down the mountain in through city traffic and you arrived right before. I was like, shit, you're here. The light's out. Let's go. We're not sweaty yet.
Well, and I have been the king in the past of talking my way through the good light. Being like, oh man, we're doing all this stuff, and everyone looks outside and like, is it getting dark? We're like, oh shit, I'm here for photos. Yeah, let's go. Not again.
No, that was perfect. It was perfect time. We just finished eating. We sound checked. We loaded in, sound checked, ate a little bit, not too much, and looked good right before the show. So that's the best time to catch a band.
Yeah.
Versus right after the show, you're sweaty, you're hungry, you're drunk, you're whatever, you're thirsty.
Well, and especially when it's like you guys are professionals. You guys are older. You're like in and out. You're ready to go. It's not like the younger bands, like when it used to be like you'd show up and they'd be like, wait, shouldn't we drink like 4 or 5 more beers before we take photos? Like we need to loosen up a little bit. And you get that.
Right.
That. And then all of a sudden you get someone like trying to jump off the top of the building. Like, I think it would be really cool if we did handstands. Those were the days.
Those are Those are much
That's when the
days.
shit was like, I mean, are you sure you want to look like this for the photos? You're good? Okay.
You sure? You're good? You don't want to wipe your nose a little bit?
it.
You got a little bit of residue still around your nostrils? No, you're good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get that in Photoshop.
I do have to say, looking back, I would have asked a lot less questions and been like less worried about the bands now if I were to shoot them now. Like back then I was like, I don't. Do you want to have like 4 beers in your hands, like pouring them, whatever.
Don't ask.
And back then I was like,
sounds good.
That would have been such a good. I should have just gone for it. Like, stop worrying about those kids. Time. Yeah, kids.
Oh my God, yeah.
But no, speaking of that, I had so I got this call about this band, Crocodiles. The Crocodiles or just Crocodiles?
I think just Crocodiles. Drop the "the," it's cleaner.
Yeah. And they're like, there's this really cool band, kind of like psychedelic, kind of rock, kind of like a little gothy sounding, like it was really cool. Maybe they kind of dress like cowboys a little bit, like a little Western. They just had like, there was this,
Sure,
I
that was
just
the style at the
remember
time.
them being this like, and I'm like, who are these people? I don't know who I'm going to show up seeing. I'm like, kind of gothy, kind of Western, kind of rock, kind of psychedelic. And, but it was like, well, first of all, at this point, NME was obsessed with sunny California. And I think I want to kind of guess that this is like 2009 to 2000 or 2009, 2010 to 2014. I'm going to say like that is kind of the cap from one side to the other. And it was very kind of sunny. I'm like, what do you want? Like, can you take him to the beach? Can you get like a lot of like afternoon light coming through? Like they just like that was the thing. And that was also kind of that music that was coming out right now in
the style of the time.
Yeah, it was like
can you hang out in an in and out drive-through parking lot?
I mean, it was like I mean, you guys are like positive, you know, this is like had that positive vibe to you. Best Coast, like all of the smell bands had this kind of punk vibe, but very California, kind of sunny. It wasn't like punk in the bottom of the basement. It was like punk on the roof of the building, you know, like out in the sun.
Right. Yeah. Can you go downtown and find a rooftop to shoot?
Yeah, totally.
At sunset.
Totally.
Yeah,
and like,
perfect.
like Fiddler and like all of that, you know, it's like, it was punk, but it was,
I feel like I've seen like 100 pictures of Santo Gold, right? Was that who it was?
Santi Gold?
Santi Gold. Yeah. I feel like she took 100 pictures like this.
Yeah. And
like on top of, rooftops and setting and sunsets.
Just
and
like
lots of light.
Yeah. Just sunny and fun and this like vibe. And also the music also was kind of sunny and fun, but had like a little dark. It was very LA. It was sunny and fun, but it's a little dark. Like there was a kind of a dark, heavy vibe to some of it too. But they wanted the visuals anyway, so it was perfect. And I love shooting photos like that. And I was like, great, I don't need the lighting. We can just go out and there's a million places to shoot out and around LA. And then it would be like English bands that would come over and they'd be playing and they'd be staying out in Santa Monica and they would want photos of them on the beach or at the, you know, with that sunny kind of vibe. So it was awesome. I mean, I have like I probably could do a whole like book or zine just of like bands that look sunny
LA.
Shot for the NME from 2010 to 2013. But and so they were like
Sunny Farley.
Yeah, this band Crocodiles was playing at the Echo, I want to say. And they're like, yeah, they have a couple hours and but we have this idea because they just had opened up all of not the dispensaries weren't open yet, but they had made it easy to get your weed card. It was during those years where you could just walk into one of those places and go, I am very anxious. And there was some like sketchy doctor that would just write you a thing. And they're like, we want to get them.
I'm having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm not a good sleeper.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're like,
here we go.
We want and maybe Crocodiles, it might have even been their idea that they're like, we want to go just get weed cards today and then go buy weed and then smoke it outside. That was the idea.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right. I'm like, I mean, I guess it's kind of legal, but is this legal? Like, can I just shoot you smoking weed in front of the Echo and not like get some ticket or whatever? But turns out it was fine. And so they sat in their van and like smoked weed and then but they didn't let me shoot inside of they didn't let me shoot them getting their card, which makes sense because then I just look like a narc or something anyway. I'm like, I don't want to be like that guy's going to put a hit out on me if these photos come out and he gets in trouble.
That's so funny.
So I had that, but then we also went, and I was trying to think, because I also, like I told you, I used to every 10th band, I would take them to Running Canyon, and we'd shoot at bad caves.
Oh, right.
because there's 10 different places to shoot. Like you could shoot in the caves, you could shoot on the sides, you could shoot looking over the neighborhood, you could shoot kind of like with the sky in the background, and they were it's kind of the vibe too. They're kind of country-ish, like old, whatever. And so I shot them there too. But then I was trying to think. I'm like, did I go to the show? I don't know if I went to the show. I feel like I don't. I don't.
You just remember the photo shoot.
Well, I don't think they wanted live photos, like photos of them playing live. I think it was just for an interview. And it's possible they weren't even playing. It's possible that it was just for an interview, and it wasn't even for a show, because they were from. I mean, I think at that time they lived in San Diego. Maybe. I remember them.
Yeah, they're a San Diego band.
Yeah, I remember them as a San Diego band at that time. So, yeah. But
I'm trying to find pictures. There's some pictures of them standing.
Here, hold on. There's one photo. I found it. And
is it online?
I was gonna open up.
I can post it with this issue.
I can send you some too, because I was going to open up my hard drive, and then as you were having computer problems, my hard drive wouldn't open.
Oh no!
So I was like, well, I'll just send it to him later. Let's see.
Oh, it's so funny. That's definitely the one thing they don't tell you when if your band becomes not necessarily successful but noticed by people, is that you will stand around a lot while people take photos of you. Oh
yeah. Well, I feel like it was funny. God, where can I find it? I found it before. Well, anyway, I'll find it and send it to you. There's a photo of them, and they're in they are bathed in a little bit of orangish yellow light. And
with the leather jacket on and sunglasses.
One of them is kind of looking sideways, and the other one is behind him.
I'm looking at it right now. Yep.
Oh yeah.
They're definitely they're a better looking version of Dean and I. I could definitely say that.
That is actually looking really at the two funny.
Of them. Yeah, they're a much more photogenic, much cooler version. The two piece of like two people, one with blonde hair, one with brown hair, that stand in front of things.
I wouldn't even say better looking. I would just say like of a different time. Like if you were like, they had like it was a little bit more like the greaser tattooed version of you guys.
Right.
Like you guys are a little more indie, and they're a little like. They're like, what is it called when you have like Spider-Man and Dark Spider-Man or whatever? What's that called?
Venom?
No. Is it Venom? Is he the Dark Spider? Like where they have
Spider-Man. We had the symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the symbiote Secret Wars outfit on.
So
I got you.
They're like
they're the Dark Spider-Man.
The symbiote.
Yeah.
No age.
I'll take it. Yeah, that works. That works for me. But I was trying to look. I was like, even like they had like Charlie's face. I was like, wait, that's kind of Dean's face, but kind of with my hair, and then that's kind of.
I just texted it to you.
Like these guys. Okay, perfect.
That's one of them.
Awesome. Oh wait, okay.
Very funny.
See now, I'm like looking at my thing. Oh yeah, that's the one it's looking at.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's fun. So you knew Brandon from that, but yeah, I feel like we get into it in the interview, but we talked about their other band plot to blow up the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, which I had no clue that he was in that band, and I love that.
Do you remember that band from San Diego? Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah,
totally. And
both of them were in that band too. It was the kind of thing where that was sort of like their band, before the duo, very similar to Dean and I too.
Which I was going to say that brings up another version of you and Dean, where they're like, no, they were also in another band where they got rid of the other. Did they get rid of the other? People?
I don't know what happened. I know someone passed away, from that band, but I don't know the whole story of the order of what happened, and I didn't want to pry too much.
Okay, well then that's different.
Yeah. but no, it was funny. Yeah, we definitely knew them from back then. I mean, that was so long ago.
That's so rad. Yeah,
but it's so fun.
I remember.
But I was always happy for them. Yeah, when I saw, when all the Crocodile stuff was blowing up, and it was great for them. It was fun. When we played at least a handful of shows with them. I mean, we played with them down in San Diego and a few other shows.
Well, and it was so cool when he was talking about how they got a huge push from being on your top 10 list.
Oh yeah.
Which is awesome.
So funny.
I love that.
I'm so glad. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely one of those things, it's like, stuff's flying at you so fast and you're filling out stuff and writing things down. It's like, oh man, I'd be a liar if I said I remembered every interview or every top 10 list or everything I submitted.
Well, that was what I was going to bring up before too, is like when you're talking about, being two guys just standing in front of a wall, that I remember showing you photos and you're like, oh, this is weird. Who took this? And I'm like, no, I took that. And you're like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, that's that first time.
Of us?
That it's that first time that I shoot. Like I knew Dean and I didn't know you. Like we had met a couple times.
Right.
But that I showed up at your practice space and then you guys were
right.
like, oh,
that was that for NME also?
We should go shoot at this Mexican food restaurant
weird
that we
diner or something.
It was like, but I don't even know if it was Mexican. It was like maybe even El Salvadorian or something.
Okay.
And it was like that diner. It was walking distance to your place.
Old
and
practice space.
It was just like really colorful and had like, there were people watching a soccer game or something in the back. And there was like a quarter, you could drop a quarter in and ride the little like horse out front or whatever. It was like a really old school kind of place. And ask them if we could shoot photos in there. And they're like, yeah, but sure. There's nobody
That's
here.
amazing.
And then you're like, yeah, I don't remember that at all.
I'm still, you describing all of those things. I've seen the photos.
Yeah. You're like,
memory.
I have no memory.
Nothing.
And then we came back to your studio and I shot like really close up photos. I feel like of your guys's, or I like set up a little background and we were just on that weird, like really shiny couch that was outside of your door in the front area.
That sounds right. Oh yeah.
And we were trying to get like half of one face and half of another or something. I don't remember.
Oh,
I feel like it was probably for Enemy. I don't know.
Yeah. Did those photos run in Enemy?
Sure. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah. Right. Again, that's the kind of stuff too. It's like not being home long enough to even see when stuff would come, especially if it was in print. It's like, you'd shoot something in January and it would either come out like, a week later or it would come out like, August. And you're like, well, I don't even know where I like, when did we shoot those photos? Like, I don't know where I am. Like,
well, and I was also just
November or so it'd come out in August for the November issue or something, so there were magazines are always labeled weird like that where it's like, oh yeah, did you get the new issue? This is our holiday issue. It's coming out in July. It's our gift buying guide.
Yeah. Well, and I was too dumb to just get I should have just gotten a subscription to NME, so they just came, and so I would just forget to look, and then I would just never get the issue.
And it was kind of the death of print right around then too. Like those things were all slowly dying, so I'm sure their circulation was like contracting.
Yeah,
as those magazines were coming out, it's like the every it wasn't like they were everywhere on every corner. Like you were in a habit of going to like magazine stands or newsstands every week to buy your new set of things. It was the kind of time of like, oh right, there's a magazine somewhere. Well, and like every once in a while someone would give us one, or we'd get clippings from the PR side or from the label.
Yeah,
we'd get like a package of like, oh, here's all the clippings of things. Like, okay.
Well, and you'd have to go to like Barnes and Noble or something to even find it, because there weren't any magazine stands anymore. So then
the one good thing was we were flying a bunch, and like a lot of airports would have magazines,
right.
Or even older magazines and stuff. So we were able to find stuff. Yeah, if you're flying in England, there was always like a magazine stand somewhere in an airport, and I think we would find things that way sometimes. Yeah, but it definitely feel like a jerk, like picking up magazines. Like, wait, are we in this one? And you're like flipping through the back, like flipping reviews. Like, is this?
Well, no,
are we on this?
I'd be like, oh, this looks like my. Oh wait, no, that's my photo. But that's from like 6 months ago.
So great. Yeah. I love the Uncut magazines. They would still do CDs on the front of them. Do you remember that magazine?
Man.
Uncut?
Yeah. No, I have a funny story about Uncut. I used to shoot for Uncut because Uncut
but no, not the men's groin magazine.
Oh, never mind that.
Not the uncircumcised men's magazine.
No, but they were owned by the same company as NME. But they were like the older. They were like for the older people, and they would have like Led Zeppelin.
They're the VH1 to the MTV. Yeah.
But I shot Tame Impala for Uncut at the that right when they were playing like middle of the road Coachella.
Kind of
so they were like
turns.
middle of the day
Okay.
Coachella. They were like at like 6:00 or something. And
like me, they would play like the Wiltern, or they'd play the LA or something.
It was still that first
Not
album.
quite.
They were still considered like a big indie band, and they hadn't made like the dance hits yet. And it was cool. I got some pretty good photos. I got some kind of crummy photos of them at the hotel. It was really weird. And then I was there. No, not weird with them. It was weird with, I didn't know what was going on. And then they were like, oh yeah, you could probably find a place at the hotel, but then there's like hundreds of people everywhere. So it's very weird. And then I was driving the editor of Uncut back, and he was like an older guy. Oh. Everybody knew who he was. We were like walking around Coachella. They're like, oh, and I never read the magazines, so I don't know. I just don't know.
You don't
anything.
Know the names.
I'm like,
or the masthead.
We've talked about this so many times that I'm definitely 10 years behind. That I'm like, I don't know. I'm just shooting photos. Why would I ever read a magazine and know the editors and now I look back, I'm like, what an idiot. Those are the people that get you all your jobs, and they write all the things. And if you're shooting the person that's writing the biggest things, and if you're staying in touch with them, I don't know. Whatever. I have a baby.
It's not a bad idea for networking.
No, and I kind of knew it at the time. I don't know. Anyway, so I had shot them, and it was fine. It went okay. And then but the guy who was the main editor of the thing, who like knew Lou Reed, he knew all these people, English guy. You could look him up, and everyone would go, "You're such an idiot. You don't know who the biggest rock journalist is." And we wrote back, and then it was just kind of quiet and silent. And then I was like,
"Is it Michael Bonner?" Oh no, he took over in 2018 after founding editor Alan Jones.
Yeah, Alan Jones.
Oh, it's Alan Jones. Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Super nice guy. But then on the way home, like I was a little worried that the photos didn't go well, even though they did. They turned out good. I got some really good ones of them out in Palm Springs. Like we drove out into the hills and got some cool photos. But then, on the way home, we just kind of didn't talk. And then like 20 minutes into it, I just decided, I'm just not going to ask any more questions and see if it's just silent all the way home. And it was silent all the way home. And I don't know, eventually it got to the point where I was like, well, if I say anything now, it's even more uncomfortable. So, but then that was my last shoot for them.
Really?
Yeah,
no,
totally.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys got on great. Yeah, he looks like a nice enough guy, but I could also see, you're the editor of a rock magazine in the UK. I mean, it's hard to.
Oh man, he had
be getting high on your own supply. I mean, this is
and I feel like maybe I think I must have driven him out there too from LA because he had all these like Lou Reed stories and stories about being in New York and writing in the 80s and must have been late 70s, 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was more like I was feeling like I dropped the ball on some of the photos, like they could have been better. And then so I was feeling like, oh God, can I just get home? Can I get home and just look at these photos and try to fix whatever I screwed up? But yeah, it was very funny. But yeah, no, I shot some stuff, a couple things for Uncut. But yeah, same publisher. So I would end up
funny.
Yeah, very funny.
Well, he's still alive. Maybe we can invite him onto the show.
Oh my God.
Ask him if he remembers.
Well, you should invite him, and then I mean, obviously he's not going to care or ask it, or he'll be like, I don't know, man. I have no clue. I was tired.
Oh wait, okay. I'm just looking at his Wikipedia.
Like, what an asshole.
He started at Melody Maker, and then he left Melody Maker to join Uncut.
But during his tenure as editor of Melody Maker, early publicity for bands ranging from Stone Roses to Pearl Jam, one of his most significant early decisions, is according to his Wikipedia, was to resist the publisher's instruction to put Kajagoogoo on the cover, choosing the Smiths.
Oh. Okay.
And then in 1997, Jones left Melody Maker to found and edit Uncut, a monthly magazine covering music and films.
Yeah.
Oh, he was still the editor as of 2022.
Oh, wow.
Oh. All right. Well,
yeah. I mean, everybody,
Jones.
like we were literally walking around waiting or like going to shoot. Like I was shooting the Tame Impala playing live. And everyone's like, oh my God, are you Alan? Oh my God,
well, I'm sure it's
like,
all the press people or the people from
just like people,
record labels.
Just people watching the bands, like just dudes looking over and going like, "Wait, are you the editor of Uncut?" Yeah, it was weird.
That's hilarious.
I was like, "Oh, those
are the people he paid
I should have done
to say that.
More research, idiot."
Some more ass kissing.
God, I'm so bad at that.
Look at the trousers.
Oh my God!
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
So Crocodiles, Brandon, it was great. It was great talking to him. Yeah, I remember, we hung out in Mexico City when he was there. That was one of the weirdest shows we'd played.
Really?
It was like right in like 2018. It was the kind of thing where I remember like we flew in and then the sound check, it was like the whole festival was running behind. And then, so it was like, you guys have to get on and play like now. We're like, okay, but we don't have any, we got to figure out where the drum, we've got to figure out the equipment. Like, no, just go play, just start playing. And I was like, well, we need like a line check or something, right? Like we got to plug everything in and make sure. And they're like, no, just play. And so we started playing and I couldn't hear the drums and Dean couldn't hear the guitar or something. It was just one of those things. You're just like, okay. And then you got 5 minutes left to play. You're like, wait, what? We haven't even really sound checked. It was like, okay. All right. You guys are done. We're like, oh shit. Did we even play a set? Was that fine? And then we like left. And I remember it was just being really quick and like I couldn't hear him, he couldn't hear me, and then it was over. And I was like, okay, now I gotta come back here, come back to the backstage and do this and do that. I'm like, all right. Wow. I don't know. I guess that was our set. Okay, I guess we're done. All right. Well, that's the end of that one. That was fun.
That's weird. That's during that's like left. Right around the time of Soundfield, the first one. So that was later.
Yeah. Okay. It was a later, this was a different, thing we did in Mexico City. And, because I remember I was still working for Altamont at the time. And I was like trying to figure out, I remember I had to put in for like a request for days off to go play this festival. And I was just like, I don't know. I think it's cool. It'll be fine. I didn't even know how to ask for like days off. I hadn't had a job in so long. Well, I'm like, well, yeah. Like,
at least
they're like scheduling meetings or something. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I can't go to that. I can't be in that meeting because I'm going to be in Mexico City playing a festival. Like, well, but you didn't tell us. I'm like, sorry. Well, I won't be here that day.
I'm in a rock and roll band.
God,
this is what I do.
That was the whole reason I had a job where I was, pretending to know what I was doing. It's so funny. But it was fun. It was fun catching up with Brandon. I'm glad he's doing good. I'm glad they got a new record out. Touring Europe coming up.
That's cool. How did that happen? Did he get a hold of you because the record was coming out, or had you seen each other?
No, I was just following him. I'm poking around all the time, asking different people for different things, trying to figure out timing. I think he mentioned something about a new record coming out online. I was like, oh, this is good. I try to, catch people when they have things to promote. It usually makes more sense. But at the same time, I'm not above just asking random people I'm fans of or friends with on Instagram. Yeah. Hey, do you want to be on the podcast? I need people. What do you want to do? What do you got going on?
Again, I think it's a good document. I think that it's like a historical document that people are not like haven't hit yet. I think
the podcast.
Well, just know like your conversations with this group of people, the group of people,
right?
I mean, the great thing, it's like the people.
We might be a little bit before the heyday of people rediscovering some of this music or some of this culture that I've like spent my whole life cultivating.
Well, I think so. That cultivating, but
like
you're getting like some people who were that you looked up to when you were younger, that you're like that were influences, but you're also getting this. You're really showing the like how big the bubble can get when you do a creative thing, and especially you guys.
Oh my God.
You guys had a certain amount of popularity that like afforded you like a lot of traveling and playing with a lot of bands and working with different producers and artists and doing art shows and playing at museums and doing all these things. But like you're really showing, I mean, I feel like 90% of the people that you've talked to still after, what are you at, like at 200 and something?
I think we're coming up on almost, I think we're finishing our third year.
Which
coming up here, like at the end of August.
So
I think it'll be the end of the third year.
That would be like 150.
So 150, yeah.
So 150 people that you've talked to, and 90% of them are personal. Like you're
people who know through playing music
or you've known through music or art or skateboarding or something that you've been involved with. And I think that's that bubble is just a testament to like when you're doing something creative, what it can like blossom into, I think that's cool.
Yeah. Thanks,
really
man.
Cool.
Yeah. No, it feels, but I mean, the same. It's funny though, because, you throw a rock at any of these names and most of these people too.
Yeah, I would say
that's the funniest part.
I would say it's got to be about
that's
like 40%, 40 to 50%. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that person. This is great.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I've never
already shot them. I love when we get to do the follow-ups, we do the half times and they're like, oh yeah, no way, I shot them. I know these people. I got a good story about them. Like, this is perfect.
Yeah, that's funny how connected everything is. And that's before you and I ever started. Like, I mean, because I feel like we didn't really know each other until right before, like when I photographed you and Dean for Monster Children. Was it for Monster Children? And you guys came over and we did like the video thing
the colors
on the wall
and stuff. Oh yeah.
And then remember, but it was a video. And I think right before that, maybe you and I.
Was that day 19?
Yeah, it was at the day 19, and that's when I had the office there, and Monster Children was out front, and I think it was a Monster Children video. It was for them, and then we shot it there, and then the label got mad because we used your music without asking. Remember, I just used I just used a No Age song, and they're like,
but the label got mad. I don't remember that, but it's for that we're promoting the record.
No, I know,
we're promoting the magazine.
It wasn't like they got mad, but I feel like it
wasn't a commercial. We didn't ask.
They came back and they were like, well, because it was for Monster Children, it wasn't like specific. And they were like, you kind of have to ask because we have to make sure that everything gets cleared through the label to use.
Maybe through the YouTube they get weird strikes and stuff.
And we were both like, so are we in trouble or like, no, you're not in trouble, you just have to ask.
We just gotta get
so
the paperwork.
Fine. Everything's fine. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But
it's hilarious.
I thought that was I just think that's funny because then when you think of that, like that was probably 2017, maybe 2016.
And then
after that, everything happened with Soundfield and
but I feel like I knew you before too, even from like the gallery and then just from other stuff or Sabertooth Tiger. It's like I knew you, and I tried to bring you in on some projects too, like some other like photo project. I mean, you shot me as a substitute teacher in like 2006. That's you know what I mean. That was through Shannon, my now wife, wrote an article for what was that, like an LA Weekly type thing. That
was that LA Alternative.
Yes, LA Alternative.
And
it was me, Teratavi, and another homie. I forget his name, Eric, I think.
Yeah, and was he in?
I forget his band. But I ran into him. He's like a producer now. He like makes documentaries and is like a big time like documentary producer. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of lightly remembering his face, and I'm thinking like he was in a band at that time. I can't remember what band.
I'm spacing it. Yeah. But that was probably 2006. So that was probably 20 years ago.
So that's probably when we like met and we're like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Because I knew Shannon from Erebus Nicks and Sticks,
Kill Radio, and yeah. She was part of that radio world of stuff too.
That's really funny. I love this.
So funny.
Because then thinking,
going back,
because before that, it was totally before that because then I think it really was when you lived down the street from the gallery, and then you came in twice, and because we were like, we need someone to come in and play for like a couple hours. And you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was easy. I lived down the street. I'm
2
like 5
hours?
minutes away.
Yeah, I could play for 2 hours. And you just come in and play for 2 hours, and then
like, don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah.
You want me to play? I can go longer.
And then I got you in. Let's see. Before that, then Michelle and I did that art show out in.
Oh, that was awesome!
And you did the soundtrack for the underwater pool 3D underwater video, and you did you produced like
what was
the track
like
for
a Japanese. Like there was a Japanese house, or what was the story? That it was like architectural, like Japanese
modern architecture, and then it was shown. It got shown
some kind of famous architect
as a video
house.
At the Mac Center.
There we go.
Yeah, and then
there we go.
And then you and I remember we got you involved with being the producer. We were going to try to do that dome project. Do you remember this?
Oh yes,
which is now the Sphere.
Right.
There was the Sphere is the $1 billion version of this art project that we were pitching like 10 years ago, that we were going to build these small domes, and we were trying to figure out how to do it for less than $10,000, and we were going to try to project 360 videos
that was the
on
secret.
Top of the dome.
You needed to spend $1 billion. You couldn't have spent $10,000.
$1 billion, and we have to get the Grateful Dead to play.
That's it. Yeah.
If we just had that, we would have done it.
We were close. Yeah, we're just this much shy of getting that thing to work.
Okay.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It was earlier. Yes.
Yeah. No, we've done so many things. No, I was always a fan too. But it's the kind of thing too where I think I was like intimidated. I was like, oh, you're like a real artist. You're like a real photographer. Like you know
now
how to do
you know
things.
the truth.
You know.
Little did you know.
Well, yeah. That's how it always goes.
I'm good. I projected that.
Yeah. Was it? Oh yeah. So okay. So going back in time, 20 years. Here we're in the Wayback Machine, but now we go 50 years back in time to New York City once again in a paranoid, psychological thriller. I have one question for you, Aaron. This is how I was going to open this episode if my computer wasn't not working. I have one question for you. Is it safe?
Oh my God.
Is it safe?
I was so confused. The whole first half. I was kind of like, I was planning to watch it, and then this like really exciting World Cup game was on too, and so I kept having to kind of pause it and be like, wait, what happened?
Oh no.
So then the first half I was like, did I miss something?
I missed something.
Like,
I must have missed something.
What is happening? I have no clue.
It's not a movie you can watch with one eye on that screen, one eye on another screen. Because even when I watched it with both eyes, and I've seen it before, and I was still confused.
Oh my God. I the first hour, the first 45 minutes, I was like, I think I missed something, but I can't. So I was just watching it.
Yeah.
and I was like, I can't go back and rewind it. But then I did rewind a couple times. I'm like, no, I didn't miss anything. What is happening?
No,
I have no clue what's happening. And then when the brother comes in, he dies. And he comes
you
in
figure
like,
out that they're brothers.
You figure out they're brothers
you
right before that.
You don't even know they're brothers.
And then you're like, oh wait, this is building. It's supposed to be like this. So it's completely building up, and then you're going to start finding little clues. Got it. Okay. Then I sat back and I was like, and then when they find out that the woman is
kind of, sort of, it sort of builds in that satisfying sort of mystery sort of way, but even then not really till the last 5 minutes does it really feel like, oh okay, this is there's a motor in this mystery. Well, you know what I mean, that he's gonna like, so the rest of you're mostly just being pulled along.
This is the greatest part. I didn't even finish it. So so I got right, and not because I didn't want to, but only because we had to do the podcast. I was like,
life.
I was trying to push through it, and then I was like, oh, maybe
no, it's okay.
But then I got the great idea of then getting there, and I'm like, oh, I wonder maybe Randy can explain the end to me, so then I can get the Randy
yeah.
version.
You're not alone. I've done this once already today. My wife gave up about, there's 40 minutes left of the movie. She's like, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. So then this morning, I finished it, and then she's like, "What happened at the end?" And I gave her the whole rundown. So I can give you the whole rundown
because
also.
what I thought was good. I think it's interesting that you said that like they were kind of putting the pieces together, because what I got a sense of the movie, now that we know how kind of that style of movie is a definite style of movie where you're super confused. And then, but you're used to it now, and it's way more of a formula now, like Jason Bourne and all of those.
Oh yes.
Well, but it's a formulaic.
But those are also
thing.
action movies.
But what
they know where to land. They'll land you on set pieces, even though you don't know what's going on.
But that's
you're still entertained, and you're sympathetic to the character.
But what
they were not interested in that in the 70s.
With the marathon, like they didn't know how to do that yet. But I feel like that this movie, because even at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, I kind of feel like I'm watching a 70s TV show a little bit. Like it's a little corny. Yeah. Like there's a little bit like there's a lot of like the sound editing was very specific. Like there would be little like or like when they were fighting, it would go, kush, 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 kush. And it felt like you were watching Murder, She Wrote or something a little bit.
This is pre 80s action movie. Yeah, they've not really perfected the Stallone, Schwarzenegger style of like how to really cut and film and edit action.
Right, but it did feel like once like even when he shows up and the guy's murdered at the opera. And then like all those things, you could tell that they were going for this, like, this is going to be really crazy and like really intense. And it kind of wasn't.
The music, they'd put a big sting on the music. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but the music, they'd go, What? And so you still had this a little bit of like, oh, they're still using all these kind of TV tropes, this kind of like, but you could see like,
that's interesting.
I didn't notice. It was a little confusing at first because I'm like, I don't get it. Like this has such good ratings in like Rotten Tomatoes and all this stuff, and like it's kind of cheesy. But then once I started seeing that they were like, oh, they're giving you this like really confusing kind of thing, and this is a mystery that you're part of it. They're not telling you a story. They're trying to bring the viewer in to go, no, you're the detective. Like, oh, wait, this is happening and this is happening. But they haven't figured out like you said, they hadn't figured out the set pieces. They hadn't figured out that they have to give you like a little bit more at the beginning to get you pulled in a little bit more. Because I'm sure a lot of people halfway through are like, oh God, I can't get through this. Like they needed, there wasn't enough to grab you like the first 10 minutes. Like they needed something to grab you a little bit. And then
the cold open.
Then the next 10 minutes, they needed something to like, well,
once we cut to like, you're like, we're in Mexico now. We're on like a river.
Yeah.
That's where it really just starts to really stretch you. You're like, hold on, you're really not giving me anything here.
And then I think that there's an Asian guy, like,
you're
looking through the curtains.
We figured out that Asian guy was the same guy that sold the Hoyt Axton, Billy Peltzer's dad, the gizmo. He's the same guy. It's the same actor. We looked him up last night. I'm missing his last name, but the actor who was the one-eyed Asian assassin.
Oh, really?
And in this movie was the same guy. If you just put the little beard on him, spirit gum beard and long hair, he's the one that sold the gizmo to the dad.
For Gremlins?
For Gremlins. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, from Gremlins. He's the old man in Gremlins.
That's amazing. Anyway. But yeah, there was so much random kind of at the beginning that you're like, oh, right. They haven't figured out that they need to pull you in a little bit more in the first 30 minutes. But then once it started getting like you find out it's the brother. And I feel like that was the thing. When you found out he was the brother, you went, right.
Okay.
I've seen this movie so many times.
Now I'm on the map.
Right.
Yes.
And then, and
the
you
mistake,
obviously,
the wrong man, the mistaken identity. Like he got wrapped up into something he shouldn't have been wrapped up in. Like,
right.
What? Yeah.
And
but
you see
again,
him
the
as like a
the
CIA agent or whatever.
Right, but the building blocks or the like I picture it like Tetris, like with the blocks are falling.
Yeah.
You need about like 50% more of them to fall into place and to connect and make connections.
Which is what they
this
do
one,
now. Because this is like what
now, yes,
every single murder
This was 50 years ago.
Is built off of this like
style.
Like
it's very influential film. William Goldman it was based on his original novel, and then he wrote a screenplay for it, and he sold it for $500,000 to Robert Evans, who had just made Godfather 1.
Oh wow! This is a
Bob
Evans.
The big guy. This is a Bob Evans movie.
Okay.
The kid stays in the picture.
Yeah.
And this was a big screenplay that he bought, and Dustin Hoffman is one of the biggest stars of the time. There's a lot of context for where this film fits. Laurence Olivier, Svel, comes out of retirement. He's riddled with cancer at this time, and he's on so much pain meds that he can hardly get through the shoot. Laurence Olivier, one of the biggest Shakespearean stage actors and film actors.
Right.
He comes out of retirement while he's dying of cancer to do this movie, and then his hope was to leave the money from the movie to his wife and child, just to make sure that they were all set. So I'll do one last movie, but then I'm going to die. Either while I'm making the movie or right after. They couldn't even get him insured. Bob Evans had to call like the Parliament. Had to go to like the government of England to put pressure on an insurance company to insure him so Sir Laurence Olivier could do his one last movie to make this movie.
Really?
He ended up going into remission. He finishes the movie, he goes into remission. He lives for another 8 years and does a lot more work in his kind of golden years.
Wow. So maybe Marathon Man
better known.
Might have saved his life. Might have brought him,
but William Goldman,
brought him new life.
It may be, He got nominated or won Best Supporting Actor, Laurence Olivier, for this film.
He was so good. It's the creepiest.
He's great.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That dentist, the first dentist scene. He's like,
well, that's what.
Just open your mouth. Come on, relax. Relax. Oh, you should brush better. Oh, this is a cat.
Oh, I see this one right here. Yeah.
Ooh. Like, oh my
and he
God,
gives him this is the oil of oregano.
Oh, yeah.
It just soothes. You're like, oh, and it's like, oh, it's so hard.
So
I mean, that's what
choices.
This movie is most. This movie is most famous for is the dentist scene, the dentist drill scene. And apparently it was a lot, they shot a lot more and it was a lot more graphic. But after some of the first test screenings, the audience, was so repulsed and reviled, all the dental torture scenes. They had to take that out.
People already have enough problem. Probably the National Dentist Association is like, we can't do this, you guys.
Please.
You can't.
Just the sound of the drill in the room.
So
and he lays out all the tools. We see those tools all the time when you go to the
Yeah.
dentist. But I mean, I remember watching this movie and I was probably in my early 20s and watching this. And it was like, oh no, those dentists, just the little things and the hook and everything he does. It's tortured me for years.
Even I was I was watching it with headphones. So
no,
it was
very
just like
ASMR. Touching your teeth with metal on teeth. No.
Yeah. What did he say? Wait, say it's okay? No, what was it?
Oh, is it safe?
Oh yeah.
Is it safe? Is it safe?
It's obviously.
And I love where he lies.
Yeah.
I love when he lies, like, yes, it's safe, perfectly safe, everything's safe. He's like, and he does it, and he fucks him up, and they're like, no, it's not safe. It's never been safe. It's horribly unsafe. Like, what do you want me to say? I don't even know what this means. So there are a few more little like context things for this. This Laurence Olivier character is basically supposed to be a type of like Joseph Mengele, like the angel of death. Going back to our Slayer obsession on the podcast, the Rain and Blood song "Angel of Death" on the Slayers album is written about Joseph Mengele, who was this sadistic, torturing doctor who performed horrific human experiments in Auschwitz and Birkenau, is that how you say it? But yeah, he was known. But I looked up his real Wikipedia. He very much like this character too. He survived. He escaped. He was believed to have been killed in the bombings. Yeah, but he escaped to Argentina and Brazil, and he was hiding out, and he didn't die until until I think it was in the 80s. And even then they dug up his remains and did DNA testing and dental records testing on his remains to make sure that he really was dead.
And found out it was
so
him.
Yeah.
So
there's a reference to that. I mean, there's like Nazi hunters like Simon Wiesenthal, which is the Tollwich Museum is named after, who were going after these Nazis because they spread and they fake their deaths and they hid out. So this story was very much still in the zeitgeist, and we're within, 30 years, from 45 to 75 of these people. And you see the Holocaust survivors in New York, in those scenes. I think there's also the era, this is that sort of that 70s young Jewish filmmaker, this is the, these are the years of Steven Spielberg. And these screenwriters and actors and directors, Dustin Hoffman, being one of the biggest, stars of the time, was also Jewish. And there was this type of like almost the way like, Once Upon a Time, or no, what was the Inglourious Bastards,
right?
Where, where it was kind of in style and vogue. So like, we're going to relitigate the Holocaust here in Hollywood. This is one of the earlier films to do that in a way, but to get revenge. This is kind of almost a revenge story. Yeah. And, so there's a lot of context for that, and just how touchy and how like, what is, and there's the just acknowledging that there's still Nazis alive and that they have, ill-gotten gains, stuff, the gold they stole from the teeth. When he talks about that, he said, why obviously gold? So well, that was easy. They just knocked it out of their teeth after they gassed them.
Yeah.
Like, it was real, like, for that time, real throwing it in your face.
Well, this is
these things,
less than 30 years from the end of World War II.
Right. So
like 1948 to 1975.
Is that the official end? It was in 48? Yeah. So less, yeah.
Right? Maybe earlier than that? 46?
I don't know the official.
I don't know. We did
when V-Day was. D-Day. But so there's a lot of that kind of stuff happening and kind of in play in terms of the fabric of what was going on in the 70s and what was, sort of people, what they would have been aware of, what they would have not been aware of, like, who's this guy? Just the idea of seeing a white-haired, German guy in a Latin American country, it's automatically coded as Nazi.
Right.
Here's a hidden Nazi, which maybe we don't read instantly today.
Yeah. Well, when creepy. You find out, that a lot of those Nazi German, higher ups were actually, it wasn't like they escaped. They were given the okay to go. Project.
Oh,
what is
right.
It?
Well, through back
Paperclip
channels. Well, Paperclip, that was mostly, they talk about that for like the scientists, right? That's kind of where you see that come up a lot.
But that whole thing
there was others.
Like, yeah. I
don't Werner von Braun.
I don't know where they went. Wow. I don't know
the
how
founder of NASA and our rocket technology came from the Nazis. Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know how
he also consulted for he consulted for Disney on Tomorrowland. Also, Werner von Braun.
Yeah. There's a lot of we could do a whole year of podcasts about that. I feel like I've listened to a whole year of podcasts about that.
Yeah. It's never ending. Yeah. But yeah, so but even this addresses that kind of playing both sides of it, where the idea that, George or Roy Scheider, fresh off of his success in Jaws, this is the next year, 76, kind of with a smaller character supporting role here, and William Devane, who's a great character actor. But those guys are sort of the in between the CIA and the FBI. They're the division, the sort of off the books sort of thing, and they're they help the Nazi in hiding get his diamonds in order for him to exchange for information for him to sell out other Nazis. So they keep one in good graces so he can sell out everybody else so they can go kill all them. Yeah. That's sort of the plot of it. If you look at the plot line, you could kind of write it out pretty straight, and find a way to tell it, but through the eyes. But I think the other side of it too is really interesting. I think when I was talking to my wife last night is when we were watching the torture scene. She was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, honestly, what's happening right here in this torture scene set up with, Dustin Hoffman, Roy Scheider's father, being a victim of McCarthyism and killing himself after being outed or put on a blacklist. The idea, I was literally saying, I was like, the idea here in the 70s and what this film is addressing is you can be done with the past, but the past isn't done with you. You're literally tortured by figures in history. Your history, if you don't move on and let it go, your history will literally torture you in present day. If you carry the ghosts and the sins or the obsessions of your past with you in life, it will perform oral surgery on you with no anesthesia. It will literally torture you into today. And even he asks, like, you are a historian. You should be more interested in talking to me. I am history. I am living. He literally comes out and says it, I am history here and I'm torturing you. The fact that, and I think that's sort of a not so subtle metaphor, if not just a direct out saying that, that America and the world was still being tortured by the past. Here coming out again, everything 70s is Vietnam, especially in America, but we still have, World War II, that, atrocities that haven't really been settled, scores that haven't been, set right, that there's still this kind of like pain and scar through history that, going all the way back to World War II, through McCarthyism, through Vietnam, through, Nixon, JFK to Nixon to here. This was this sort of definition of the psyche of that tortured, bankrupted, just downtrodden 70s filmmaker. Like, this is the art. We're going to show you everything. Look at this. We're digging up the dregs. We're pulling out Nazis from 30 years ago to show you this is real life. This is American realism. This is what you have to, if you're not showing flashbacks to finding your suicided father, is it really art? I think that's sort of where, this film sort of hits you almost in a melodramatic kind of way. I think I was like, okay, calm down, screenwriter. You're really hitting this nail.
Yeah, it's a good Father's Day one.
Right? Yeah.
You're always go there. As much as you want to get away from it, you're always like also potentially held by the sins of your father as well.
Right. Well, he murders the Nazi with the same gun that he's held on to all these years.
Wait, tell me the end.
His father killed himself with.
So I got to the part to where
spoilers if anybody hasn't seen Marathon Man, definitely
skip ahead. Gets out into the cabin with the woman. He goes out.
Oh, sure.
And so and then she says, he's like, "How did you find this place?" And then right when she goes, it's his cabin. It's
his brother's. Yeah, it's the brother's cabin. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So he finds out that she has been played, that she's an agent, which the brother picked on automatically, which is a great scene too, where he says like, "Oh yeah, where is that on Mount Fontainebleau? Yes, that's at 40,000 feet." Like, "Oh yes," and the big doctor, she says yes to everything. Yeah. And he's just like, "I just made all that up. You're full of shit." Yeah. So she's a double agent working for the Nazis, and she was told to take him out there, and then they were all going to come out there and kill him. That's what they're trying to do. So she said, "You have some time. I'm sorry." He was like, and now, but at this point, then he suddenly goes after that torture scene, after he escapes and he gets the neighbors to break into the apartment. Right. Now he's suddenly become Action Man. It's a little bit of a quick character turn that isn't really shown how it happened, but he gets smart. And so
he says it in the middle to his brother, right? He writes the note that he was like, "I've never felt like this, but after I got bugged, I feel like I have vengeance in my heart."
Yeah. Okay. Right.
So that was kind of set up, but they don't really
so he becomes the vengeful guy. And so he says he's going to wait there with her and wait there for them to get out there. And then he's going to kill all of them. But then they get there and then it's a standoff, and the two Nazi henchmen and Janeway, the William Devane character, they're all bad. And so it kind of is like a type of Mexican standoff where everybody starts shooting everybody else, and then he gets out of there. He shoots William Devane. William Devane shoots the girl. William Devane shoots the two Nazis. But William Devane tells him that he's like, I'll give it to you for your brother, because this guy killed your brother. You should go kill him. That's fine. He tells him the bank where the Nazis going to, the bank on 58th and Broadway or something, 51st and Broadway. Something like that. And so he knows that's where he's going to go. And then it cuts to the Nazi commander going to the Jewish jewelry district in New York and trying to just understand how much diamonds are worth, because he's saying he doesn't even know what the price is. Right. So before he goes to pull out all of his Holocaust treasure, he wants to know what it's worth on today's market in 1976. So he goes into this very Jewish, jewelry district, and everybody's looking at him, and giving prices, and then you see a lady looking at him from across the street. Then another guy looks at him, and he looks down and he sees the tattoo on the man's arm, so that he had survived. And he's like, "No, I know you. I know your face." He's like, "No, that's not me. I'm from London. We got out before the war." And all this stuff. He's like, "No, I know you." And so he's trying to get a sense of the price. And then no one will tell him. And, it's just everyone's trying to sell him. He's asking like, "Oh, what is the price? I want to buy a diamond that's about the size of my pinky." My pinky fingernail, just kind of knowing roughly like how much would this cost, and like, "Oh, I got a good deal for you. I'll give it to you for this." So he's like, "No, just what is it worth? What would that cost?" He's just trying to figure out, how to appraise what he's about to go take out of the bank before he takes it. And then one guy tells him like, "Oh, well, that would be about $15,000. He's like, "Oh, okay." He seems happy. He's like, "Well, he's like, a diamond that size is 6 carats. He's like, And he's like, "Well, that's $15,000 a carat." So he does the math. He's like, "Oh, $90,000 for one of those." And then he goes to the bank, and you see him just pouring them out. He has hundreds of them, hundreds of these diamonds. And so he's pouring them all out there at the safe deposit box, all in little little tin packages and things, coffee cans filled with diamonds. It's in the safe deposit box. And so he loads them into a suitcase and he leaves. And then that's when Dustin Hoffman approaches him with the gun and says, "You're coming with me." He's like, "You think you can get away with this, but I have all this and all these things." Oh, you find out that cuff, that weird metal cuff he put on, has a secret pop-up knife come out of it. I think we've seen that before, but he's used this.
Right.
Now, anyway, so it becomes like a James Bond villain. And then Dustin Hoffman takes him to Central Park, and then takes him to the pump house for the big lake in Central Park. And the meaning that it's just the floor is all a grate. So it's not a solid floor. It's all that like metal mesh grated floor above water, above a big, funnel or pump house of water. So he's above that thing, and he tells him to open the briefcase, and he wants him to eat the diamonds. He said, you're gonna eat those. The only diamonds you're leaving with are the ones that are gonna be in your stomach, because I'm not letting you take any of those. You killed my brother, all this stuff. And they have a big, and he throws them. Dustin Hoffman grabs a handful of diamonds and just throws them at him. He's like, no, you can't. And then they fall through the grate into the water like nothing. And then he tries to eat one, and it's just, I can't do it. I won't, you must shoot me. I can't do it. And then he throws the whole suitcase at him, all the diamonds, hundreds of diamonds, whatever this is, millions and millions of dollars, all go through the grate floor, and then down the stairs. And then he goes rushing down the corkscrew stairs, and he falls on his own switchblade knife into his stomach and ends up killing himself. The end. And then he goes out of there, and he goes running.
So that's what
he doesn't get the money. The money all goes away. It all disappears. It's done.
Did I miss a part that what the marathon significance was? Did they say what the black and white video was? The only time he says it, was that a famous person, or
I don't know.
I kept thinking this must have been
up.
A Jewish runner, or it was
someone
who had won, but they didn't.
Significance, I don't know. They never say what it is. I didn't look it up. But the only time he really cops to the significance of being a marathon runner is that he can take a lot of pain, that he has a high endurance for pain.
Right.
And then they have a way of breaking him, and then he can still keep running. That's how he gets out.
Keep going, and maybe running the marathon is like keeping going constantly, like never quitting.
This is the metaphor of life. This is the Jewish experience post Holocaust. Is it's about running the marathon. It's about not giving up. It's about enduring pain, and you got to keep going and don't stop, and eventually you'll kill the Nazis. Yeah. That's the best I could tell. But yeah, I mean, it's a very bleak, type of 70s hit film. But, Dustin Hoffman is stretching it out, I mean, he does The Graduate in 76 and Midnight Cowboy in 79. So here he is, almost 10 years into his stardom, looking for challenging, weird, dramatic material, where he's really just, he's acting the shit out of this movie.
He's great. Yeah. And I kept thinking that that this is another movie that we're watching that is like the single guy taking on the world. Like
right.
The world is like caving in on you, and you're trying. It's like the single guy is trying to find his way out.
Trying to make sense of this world that doesn't make any sense. Trying to justify the father, prove that the father was innocent.
Yeah,
and that he didn't deserve to die.
But
and
also,
all these things. Yes, exactly.
He didn't know it was even coming. Like, I'm just writing a thesis, and it kind of has to do with my dad, but it also has to do with me, and this is my graduate project. And then all of a sudden, your brother gets murdered, and then you find out that the CIA, he's part of some kind of CIA type thing, and then you're in the middle of a murder, and you're running from then the cops aren't even really the cops, and the guy that's on your side isn't on your side. And
I mean, this could be a great what do they call it, like elevated HBO show. I mean, you could do 12 episodes of this easy. 100%. Right. I mean, you could do this. You could turn this into 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. If you really dig into it. Yeah. And get it going. Put a Timothée Chalamet, like, young actor there who looks a little bit more. By this point too, I looked up. Dustin Hoffman was already well into his 30s at the time he's playing this graduate student. So you probably could age it down a little bit younger. And yeah, you get a great 14 hours of streaming television out of this thing.
But it is very much like that moment in time. Like, I feel like that. So we're at the bicentennial, and the America is trying to figure out, like, well, what's the next 100 years going to be? The first
very much to right now. I mean, we're sort of in the type of bankruptcy culturally, leadership bankruptcy. We're in a very much a dark point, economic depression, economic recession, oil wars. I mean, there's a lot, in this 50-year sort of cycle of things where, there's a lot that's happening currently.
Well, and
that rhymes with what was happening there in the late 70s as well.
Yeah. And that's what I mean too, is like, because you have everything that happened from World War II, and then you have a huge economic boom where the United States becomes like the like most powerful country in the world or whatever. And then you get to that mid 70s, and this is right when there's going to be like the oil crisis, and there's going to be Middle Eastern wars, and there's going to be all these things that happen like in this time frame or just after this, like right pre-Reagan. You have the Iran-Contra, you have the whole like all of the media becomes very entrenched in politics and very entrenched in this whole, the worldwide media, and movies are starting, like all the countries around the world are starting to be able to watch our movies, and getting they become American kind of propaganda. And there's this idea of like, what is the American going to be after the first 200 years? And I feel like this is
what is it like now after the next 250
this is
years?
Like 1976 is where it's standing, of like, well, we got through the 60s, and well, here we go, guys, hold on, because it's going to get crazy. Like, where it could have gone it could have gone kind of like a way more socialist kind of social, like European way of doing things.
Civil rights. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah, there was a lot of things
it could have
possible.
Really gone
in the
like,
the dream of the 60s could have been more
that
fulfilled.
could have happened. And it went the single guy doing it on his own. And I feel like this is what all these 76 movies is like. It's the single man doing it on his own, and we can push through individualism. We can, and it has that vibe, and it's like, this isn't going to turn out good, guys. This isn't like, it's going to slowly become all about the individual. Not even that slowly. It's going to very quickly become all about the individual for the next 50 years.
Versus the community versus versus building a stronger.
Yeah, this is right when unions start like dipping. This is right when, it's great time.
Well, yeah, we're about to start the me generation, or the me, the go-go 80s of Wall Street and Reaganomics and these kinds of things are so
lifestyle for rich and famous.
Yep, that's
great,
it.
Though.
Well,
I'm gonna go watch.
Another. it's worth watching just to kind of see how it finishes. But it definitely takes a turn. You're like the end feels more like a Jason Bourne movie, like what it sort of became. I'm sure this film has been, William Goldman, the screenwriter, he wrote a famous book called My Life in the Screen Trade, and it's been one of those kind of big screenwriting books. He went on to write he was kind of the go-to guy. And they even had Punch Up from the Chinatown. Robert Towne, the writer of Chinatown, came in at a pass on this also. Robert Evans also did Chinatown as well as Godfather. So there's a lot of, this is a lot of talent. Robert Schlesinger, who did Midnight Cowboy, 8 years earlier, also, brought Hoffman back to work on this one. So there's a lot of, this was big Hollywood gristle. This was the big thing everyone was chewing on, at the time in Hollywood, this film, but you put it up there with these newcomers like Scorsese, in his Taxi Driver film, first coming on the scene when this was sort of more what the studio was trying to make to be more topical versus, some of these outliers like a Sylvester Stallone, total outsider coming in, with his production. Same with Scorsese and De Niro coming in, new faces. And then the Network was sort of a higher art, studio film. Kind of these, Patty Chayefsky and these sort of more known voices of drama and writing. So it's kind of interesting, just how this has played out, the scope of films that we've picked for this.
Yeah,
kind of the independence ones. Yeah, it's fun. Cool. Okay, what are we going to watch next week here? I'm going to look at my list. What do we got for The Spirit of 76? Did you ever see that movie, The Spirit of 76?
No.
With Red Cross?
No.
It was made by Roman Coppola in the 90s about how cool the 70s were. Okay, we got Marathon Man. Okay, so we could do Carrie, Bad News Bears, Assault on Precinct 13, The Man Who Fell to Earth, The Enforcer, All the President's Men. It just feels so boring, All the President's Men. I should watch it, but Logan's Run, Stars Born, Outlaw Josie Wales,
Logan's
The Omen.
Run.
Yeah,
that
feels boring.
That's
okay.
That's boring. Is that what you said?
No, it could be fine. It could be a little bit slow. I mean, I would go,
what do you think?
If I was picking an order of interest of what piques my interest, I would do Bad News Bears or Assault on Precinct 13.
Ooh.
John Carpenter, Assault on Precinct 13's got the good John Carpenter music. It's police and convicts working together to protect themselves from a roving band of marauders outside of the jail.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of almost like a zombie movie, but instead of zombies, they're gang members or violent criminals.
Okay.
Where it's like it's in one location. It's like kind of thing where it's kind of made for a budget. They had one location, they had one jailhouse, and it's this, it's the people sort of inside trying to survive the night.
All right. Yeah, let's watch that one.
It's in real time. Okay, Assault on Precinct 13. I think they did a remake of it at some point. But this is, so look for the 76 one, John Carpenter one. Again, This is sort of that, early John Carpenter. I think he'd already done Halloween by this point, or was about to do Halloween. He's right in this era, of his sort of ascendancy. But this is one of his cheapies where he just does everything. Awesome. He shoots it, he directs it, he writes it, he makes the music.
Love it.
And yeah, it's definitely that has that kind of more DIY sort of filmmaking flavor to it.
Perfect.
Rad. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds good. Okay. I will see you next week. Have a good one. Be well, everybody. You can write us hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com. We will figure out this technology for for the next episode.
Yes.
I hope.
Perfect.
Fingers crossed. Awesome, man. Okay. All right. Take care. I'll see you.
Later.